third time's the charm. This is the third time I have filmed a talking segment for this video. Let me tell you how the other times went. The first time I was depressy spaghetti and I was like, no one's gonna want to watch this. This is, whoa, a mood killer. The second time I was doing it, well actually I did this the first time as well, but the second time my energy was a bit more hype and I was like, okay, let's do this a lot more neutrally, let's do this, you know, as it's meant to be. And I filmed, you know, you saw me putting up those pictures, which I filmed incorrectly. Things are going great. I filmed my talking segment, I did everything, and I realised, oh, this is why I always film here, is because I can control the lighting a lot easier. The light just kept kind of going in and out because the camera can't focus on me properly, so it's just changing what it wants to do. Because I film on my phone, I don't have any fancy equipment. That's a lie, I have a lot of fancy equipment, I'm a photographer. Anyway, so it's 2023, Happy New Year, and may your year be great. And we're going to talk about how I'm feeling, because this is a video about me. Going into 2023 is weird. It's a weird time. I'm turning 30 this year. Woo! A nice round number when I don't have to do maths to figure out my age. I love it. And with that in mind, of course, like, I'm trying to be careful about how I'm thinking about my life because it's the new year, and don't think about your life too much in the new year. You're just destined for failure. And don't think about your life too much when you're hitting a milestone birthday because you're destined for failure. You're just going to look at your life and go, wow, I've done nothing, and not see the good things you've achieved. However, narratively, it makes sense for me to talk about stuff like this right now, so I'm gonna. The future of me and illustration. So some of you may be aware, I am actually a wedding photographer alongside my illustration. I don't do enough weddings to really support myself. That's kind of on me a little bit. I don't advertise myself too much, but a big part of that is that most weddings happen on weekends and all my hobbies take place on weekends, and I'm like, the fun capitalist grind of make money to do what you enjoy, but then because you're working you can't do what you enjoy, and I'm like, ugh. So I like the freedom that illustration gives me. I've always enjoyed drawing, like even as a child, and I got back into it in about 2019, especially over like the pandemic years when I had more time to draw. And throughout all that, I've been wanting to kind of break into the industry a bit. I've been wanting to get more commissioned work and some notoriety with my work. And I'm going to be honest, that hasn't happened. Like, it just hasn't happened. I don't really make much money off my illustration. Like, I'm having issues with my shop where I'm like, do I keep this up? Do I get rid of it? Because it's costing me money more than it's making me money. I'm also looking at the uncertainty of the future with illustration at the moment, especially in an online world. I don't know what social media we should be using at the moment and what social media is even good for artists, because every social media is just doing what it wants to do and not what people want it to do. And of course there's the whole AI thing of, is AI going to take creative people's jobs? I'm not against AI in principle. I can completely be aware that AI is very useful in some aspects, but I also would like it to not take my job. I don't know how I feel about that because I already don't have much of a foot in the game, and I'm like, I have less of a foot in the game because all my work is traditional. All my work is, you know, not AI. Obviously. For 2023, I don't know if I'm going to stick at trying to do illustration as a job or a career, because like 2021 I've been like going to make illustration my career, 2022 I'm going to make illustration my career, 2023 I'm like I'm not entirely sure if this is it anymore, how many times I can say this and try and push for it and then nothing happens and I get depressed. Like, half of my burnouts are because I'm not achieving what I want to, or I feel like I'm not pushing the right work, you know? Don't know how long that's sustainable, because I am incredibly privileged in that I am really supported by friends, housemates and family to do what I enjoy. I live quite comfortably even though I don't earn a huge amount of money. I have people supporting me financially on Ko-fi, but personally it doesn't fill me with much joy when I can't give back. You know, when there's not that kind of recognition and validation for work outside of the people I know, that close-knit people I know. I don't think it's a uncommon thing to want to be seen outside of your social circle, outside of the people you call friends. So I kind of want to get a job, even if it's just like a part-time job that, you know, gives me some financial support to give back to my housemates who, as I say, have been so generous in how they support me, and just be able to fund other things I enjoy doing. And also maybe then put the joy back in illustration, because then illustration becomes a hobby that I may occasionally make money off, because I can't deny some of my friends have commissioned me for work and it has been such a joyous thing and I've enjoyed every single one. But not enough to sustain me. But it would make those more special, even more special, and it would mean I'd be doing more for myself. I'm not trying to push myself into industry anymore. I'm going, I like this, I want to draw it. But like I said, big decisions in January are not it. Because everyone's making big decisions in January. It's like when they say don't get a gym membership. I don't know who they is, but like don't get a gym membership in January because it's just not going to happen. You know, rethink in March. You know, do you still want to do this? And that's kind of where I am with it. I don't want to say taking advantage of, but you know, I have the support from people, and will continue to use that and hopefully give back in other ways to continue taking time to illustrate and thinking about what I want to do this year, and hopefully taking you along for the journey. I also know things like I want to get a job. In this economy, like getting a job is not as easy as I'd like it to be, but so that's the kind of more serious part of it. And as you can imagine, the first couple of times I filmed this, my vibes were very low. It was very much a doom and gloom, like I've tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it doesn't even matter. So what have I been doing in the meantime? Well, I've been ill. So the start of 2023 has been interesting because I've been ill. Like, it's just a cold, but it's a bad cold. But it's not, you know, it's just a cold. So what I've been doing in the meantime is mainly being ill and playing Stardew Valley. And Stardew Valley has been such a nice thing for me. And it's been really great because I actually really like drawing from Stardew Valley. Like, alongside it being just a really good game to kind of just engage your brain and stuff, I love the style of it and I really want to, for fun, just draw from it. And I did some of these before the new year, but I've been drawing like my farmer on some of her dates. In fact, I have 4 farmers that I jump into the stories of, but I'm just drawing one of them and like the dates she went on. And you'll see at the start of the video, I was swatching these paints, and I've also in my sketchbook done some farmer profiles using those paints. I'm going to do my other 2, and that's just been a really nice fun thing to do. Like I mentioned, it's not gonna push me into anything, but it's something I enjoy doing. I enjoy thinking about my characters. I enjoy thinking about like how to transfer it into artwork, and being able to do more of that as a hobby in a way more freeing way that I can still share with people, I think might be what I need. I don't know though. It's January. And to further the fact that I've supported, like, these were Christmas presents. I got some watercolour paper as a Christmas present. I also got this as a Christmas present. And I love applying, you know, what I've learned from this into artwork. And like, I've always had a bit of a Ghibli influence in my work. And it's been really nice to transfer it into the Stardew Valley type of work. And I like looking at the world and thinking, I want to draw from this. It's just something I genuinely enjoy, and I don't want to lose that. And that's always been the big fear of finding other work, is that I lose the drive to do illustration So finding that balance is going to be quite important, I think. I think if there is a goal for 2023, it's balance in all things. I need to think about what that looks like, and that's good. Don't rush into things. I'm a little weird about mentioning this because I'm really worried people are going to judge me, but whatever. You know, I'm putting myself on the internet, people are going to judge me anyway. I got a tarot deck for Christmas. I've never really been into tarot, but I kind of used to get into it in terms of thinking about characters I've created for live role-playing and thinking about what cards, what major arcana and suits they represent. It helps me think about the characters. And the person who wrote one of my favourite books, The Night Circus, was actually developing a tarot deck whilst they were writing it. And I got it for Christmas. And I did a reading with my housemate, and I did a kind of, well, it's the new year, let's do a new year reading. And I don't know, I probably shouldn't whack the cards as I'm talking about them. I don't know what I think. Like, I am a spiritual person, but I don't know how that reflects in certain things. Like, I don't know is a very neutral term. I don't know what I think. Like, there could be meaning behind it, or it could be a piece of paper. But we were doing one which was called like Down the Rabbit Hole. It was just kind of like, things are gonna change, how's it gonna change, where are you now, what have you got to look out for, you know, very much kind of nodding along like, okay, yeah. But then, oh, for goodness sake, my 7th card was the ultimate outcome or result, the core of the journey, and I drew the Magician. If you've read The Night Circus, you'll be like, with that card. So I've drawn that a couple of times, and it's always come at a really good moment. And it's probably my comfort card. Like, and each time it's represented like what something will ultimately become, or something that will guide me through. And I'm like, okay. Okay, this is nice. To those who don't know tarot, and like I say, I mostly know these because I look at them for characters. Yeah, it's basically now it's time for taking action and experimenting. All the tools needed for manifestations and magic are here. Focus, place energy into dreams and goals in order to conjure them into reality. And I'm like, okay. You know, start of the year, feeling a bit low about art. That's, okay. There might be something to it. It might be a piece of paper, but everyone I've ever spoken to has always said it's what you take from it that's important. And if you are noticing that there is a card that you're finding comfort from, or you're going, that's me, yay, look at why that is. And, you know, sometimes the power is you. I don't know how to round this video out, because this is an entirely different energy from my previous ones. So I was just, in my previous ones, I was just kind of like, and would like let it fade out, but I'm just like, okay, well, this isn't, I also don't have any tea in here. There's been some serious things to talk about, and this has also been a very talky video despite my kind of vibe section at the start. 2023 is happening, and I still plan to do YouTube. I actually really enjoy filming, and it's like a little time capsule for me. And it's like, I actually did rewatch all my videos at the end of the year. I was like, I've done things, this is great. So yeah, I'll still be here. I'll share my journey. I'll share illustrations, which may be more hobby focused, and that's great. So yeah, happy 2023. May it be a prosperous year. May this be a good one. May we live in certain times. May we live in things we can predict and expect, and it's okay. Take care of yourselves, everyone. I hope you stick around for the journey. It's been lovely chatting. Bye. Did you hear that? My wrist cracked.